Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Political Progress, a series where we invite different municipal, provincial and federal politicians to come answer our questions. Today's guest is Brière, the Mayor of the nation. How are you doing today?
Very good, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And to start today's interview, you announced on the nation's municipality social media that a new commercial lot has been open. Why did you guys decide to do a commercial lot instead of new housing?
It's part of what we call Innovation Park, and we started this about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, where we're creating a commercial industrial park near the village of Village. And we've about a year and a half ago, once again, we've acquired another 200 acres of land close to what we already have established.
Oh, wow.
So now we're going into phase 2, and the eventuality is going to be phase 3. So the demand for commercial and industrial lots in that area is rather high, and the municipality and council have taken the approach that we're going to sell it at a very low price to attract people to come and develop in our municipality, because we all know that commercial industrial taxes really help pay the bills, and we want to create jobs in our municipality. So our focus, ever since I've been mayor, is that growth is going to be at the forefront of what we do, because we all know costs are going up.
Yeah.
And the way that we're going to offset those costs is through growth, and that's either through building homes or having commercial, industrial businesses established within our municipality. So this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. The lot that you're talking about specifically, we have a policy that if the lot has been sold and you have a period of time, it's either 18 months or 24 months to start building.
Oh.
And if you don't, then we take back the lot. Mm-hmm. And the legal fees and all that kind of stuff, it's not the taxpayer that pays that, it's the person who buys the lot. And then we take it back, and then we resell it, because we want to push progress. Yeah. Mainly because we don't want to have speculators. Some people would buy land and then sit on it and wait, mm-hmm. and then wait and wait and wait. And so we took the approach that we want to avoid speculation. We want people to, if you're going to buy the piece of land, it's going to be cheap, but you have to make sure that you establish your business and get it going as quick as possible. So that approach has been really good for us, quite honestly. The first 50 acres was sold out in about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And we have now, I think the last count, we have 21 or 22 businesses that are in there that has been started. And all that took place within a time span of about 2.5 to 3 years. Now we're already working on a phase 2. And we have a list of like another 20 businesses that want to get in. So the future is bright in that for that project. Like I said, council and the municipal employees are very optimistic about what's going on there.
Well, that's great news. And how will that benefit the community?
Well, again, it's jobs close to home. Yeah. Number one. Number two, it really comes down to taxes, because we all know that industry, or that commercial, like the services that they ask in return for coming to establish is very little. Like a business doesn't ask for a library, doesn't ask for an arena, doesn't ask for, they literally go there and it's a place of employment, and then they go home. So it's something that all municipalities kind of know, that commercial taxes and industrial taxes are kind of where the money is made. Because every resident that comes in and establishes within the municipality is a great thing, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But again, all the services that come with that, that we have to provide, come at a cost. Yeah. So if you're a smart municipality, you really want to develop on the commercial industrial side of things. And like I said, 3 years ago, we took this approach on this tract of land, and it's been nothing but a success. So hats off to the municipal employees that came up with this idea. And again, hats off to the council at the time and council of today to really see the wisdom in growing that area. because in the end, that's what's going to help offset the cost to, like I was saying, the residential side of things.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the nation municipality where we get the large portion of our taxes, it comes from residences. And when there's cost increases, the resident is directly affected. So by offsetting it, you have to do either growth or you have to really develop your commercial, industrial side of things.
Yeah, and there's also been the development of a Pétanque court in the Village Gagnon.
Yes.
Was that a municipality plan or is that a community initiative?
It was a community initiative. That park, it's funny that we're talking about Innovation Park. That actual park is not far from where we were just talking about. And there's people that have a strong sense of belonging to that park and volunteers, and they took it upon themselves. Municipal employees helped a little bit, but I got to give it to the volunteers that, like I said, that have a strong sense of ownership to that park. They did it, and it's funny, we're coming up to the 17th. This Saturday, they're actually going to unveil it, and they're going to have a little bit of
that's nice.
They have a yearly épluchette de blé d'Inde. I think it's, anyways, they have like I'll say corn roast, I think it is. Anyways, that basically, and it happens to be on Saturday, and then basically they want to unveil. They're really proud of what they did, and they should be, because again, they took it upon themselves to improve their park, and that's a wonderful thing. I mean, the municipality and myself will always support those types of initiatives for sure.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree. It's wonderful to see the community come together to make it more fun and give more activities.
Absolutely.
Did the municipality help fund, or was it still?
It really was. They got maybe a little bit of a boost from us, but quite honestly, it was. You got to give it to them. It was truly a large percentage of. It was all done. On their own forces, they figured it out. They can do it amongst themselves, and so that was a huge boost for them. So again, hats off to them.
Yeah, of course. And you've also put out a lot of flood watches for the municipality. Do you guys have a plan in case a flood does happen, or?
We've been quite lucky because we do have a couple of rivers that go through the nation municipality, but nothing that would necessarily put a lot of people in imminent danger. It's not like, let's say Rockland here, where there's low-lying ground. And
we've had a lot of floods here.
Yeah, we were quite lucky that our topography and our geography works with us when it comes to that. So I think the flood warnings, I think it was just more or less, it was something that the South Nation River Conservation kind of sent us, and then we forward on that information to the residents just to be on the safe side. But we're quite lucky that we're not quite in the same boat as Rockland here. Because you got to feel for those residents that every year it's a perpetual problem that comes back, and it's like, is it going to be again this year? And so we're quite lucky that we don't have many people that are in that situation.
And the 2014 strategic plan is supposed to be up for review this year. Has that been done, or will
that? Yeah, actually, it's funny that we're talking about that right now, because I had a meeting this morning with our new CAO, and that's something that's going to be in the forefront in next year's budget, that we're going to try to squeeze that in, because it's going to be our roadmap going forward. There's been a lot that has changed since then. Again, I'm 2.5 years as mayor, but I did 8 years as a councillor, and within those 10 to 11 years, a lot has changed. We're seeing quite a bit of growth in our area, and the demands and what people are expecting from the municipality is changing. So we need to kind of give ourselves a new roadmap to make sure that we're in line with what people are expecting from us, and what we can, I think, provide realistically. So it's coming up on this year's budget, and we're quite certain that we're going to put money aside to like I said, we need a roadmap going forward. So
if there were some changes that had to be made to the plan, what would those changes be? Well,
I'll be honest with you, COVID had changed quite a bit for us. We're seeing growth in areas which I think in the previous plan didn't necessarily attest for the amount of growth that's happening. And we see major population boosts in different areas of the municipality. So we need to take that into consideration. So I know in the West, recreation, it seems to be the pressing need. So that's something that I think in the new strategic plan, that's something that we're going to have to take a look at. There's also the firefighting service is something that we're looking at as well. Because of varying situations throughout the municipality, that's something that we have to plan for, because there's different situations happening. Volunteerism is not what it once was, and we need to probably looking to making it more of a regional service. I know that was my vision as when I became mayor, is maybe bring it along the lines of something like the ambulance service, where we bump up that service to the United Counties, and then after that we offer it through that level of government. Again, volunteerism is not where it once was. The standards that are being imposed on us from the province are quite high, and what they're asking for volunteer firefighters is very demanding. So we see ourselves losing a lot of firefighters, unfortunately, to those circumstances. So that's something I think in a strategic plan you have to develop something. What's the vision? What's going forward? What we're going to do with that? Because it's going to be a pressing problem for us, but I got a feeling it's going to be a pressing problem for many municipalities, because in 2026 all those new regulations are coming in, and if your firefighters are not trained to that standard, they can no longer do it. So yeah, so we're going to see a lot of there's going to be some major changes in that service. And my vision, I think, and my solution is that we bump it up to make it a regional service, and so that we hopefully can offer the same level of service to the residents and make sure they're safe and within a reasonable cost. So.
And the 2021-2024 economic and tourism strategy plan is coming to an end this year. Have all the major goals been accomplished?
Again, for us, when we did talk about that early in the game, the Innovation Park was a big one, because developing the commercial base for us is something that we want to try to create some more equilibrium between the the actual residential tax base versus commercial and industrial, and because of we also have, the farmland as well. We have lots of farmers, we have lots of farmland, but like I said, we were pressing to really develop the commercial and industrial tax base, and quite honestly, I feel like it's been successful.
That's great.
We've done really well in this first part, but what's to come is quite exciting. I think we're just getting started. And like I said, municipal staff has been wonderful on this file, and council has been nothing but supportive and trying to act out the vision of what we really need, and that's the growth within that sector of our tax base.
And last time you were here, you also talked about how the majority of the budget was placed towards maintenance of roads and bridges.
Yep.
And how are you trying to balance that while trying to build more commercials? And
that's the $1 million question at every year's budget, right? Because every year that passes, if you look at it from an asset management standpoint, we're actually taking a $2 million step back every year, because roads are being they deteriorate, and we don't have the money to fix them, so they go on our asset management plan almost like a deteriorating asset, so that we need to put money there, and we just don't have the money to do it. So it becomes it's a massive challenge for us, quite honestly. It's tough for my municipality and our council. That's always going to be an issue. I know this year's budget coming up is going to be a tough one, because of the fact that what our needs are when it comes to roads, we won't be able to meet what's necessarily needed unless we do quite a high tax increase. As mayor, I'm not a huge fan of these big increases. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So staff is working hard to come up with some ideas and some thinking out of the box type ways to maintain the same level of service with reasonable tax hikes. It's difficult though. We're hitting the wall in a lot of things when it comes to our infrastructure. I know where our bridges are. There's a few of them that are in bad shape now. In the last 2 years, we've repaired 2 of them. It's putting a strain on our budgets for sure. And the cost of repairing roads, again, because of COVID, you know, like if you look at the price of asphalt, it's gone up 30%. Everything's gone up 30%. Well, we can't turn around and put a 30% surcharge on our taxpayers. That's not how it works. So we have to find creative ways to kind of offset those costs. And it's difficult. And this year, I think, is going to be one of the first years where we're going to really have it's going to be a tough budget to talk about. But again, that's why we're elected, and that's why we're gonna figure it out. I mean, the municipality it's like a big wheel. It never ends. It never stops.
Yeah.
And we just have to find a way to manage it and to do the best we can with what we have. And I can say that since I've been there in the 10 years, that's always been the philosophy going forward, is doing the best we can with what we have. That's going to really have to kick in this year because, again, I see what's coming as far as what's needed in road repair, and it's you know, culverts, and it's just such a vast territory. It's hard to keep up.
And I'm assuming it's also like even harder with now like the lack in trades, the amount of people.
Yeah, see, we're lucky. Our road department is we have a lot of specialized skill sets that are on staff that can do a lot of the work. We have a lot of the equipment that we can do a lot of that kind of stuff on our own. But when it comes to paving the actual, we don't have that equipment, we don't have that expertise. So everything is subcontracted out, and it does get expensive. And again, we're hats off to our road department, because if it wasn't for their expertise and hard work, we would see massive increases in our costs. And I don't think we'd be able to keep up with what we're currently at, you know, at our current tax rate, and to keep up the services that we have, something would have to give somewhere.
Well, that concludes today's interview. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome anytime.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our social medias at HubTVC22 for more local news.